Welcome, everyone. Today's video is not just a lesson. It's a wake-up call. Because the truth is this: you are not lazy. You are not untalented. You are not broken. You're just distracted. Your focus has been stolen. Your mind has been hijacked by constant noise, endless notifications, cheap dopamine, and a world that profits every time you look away from your goals. And the worst part is, you didn't even realize it was happening. That's why today is different. This isn't about morning routines or motivational quotes. This is about saving your attention, because your attention is your life. When you fix your focus, you rebuild your mind, reclaim your energy, restore your confidence, and rewrite your future. By the time you finish this message, you won't just feel inspired. You'll have a real challenge, a real system, and a new identity. And as we go through this journey, you won't just fix your focus. You'll improve your English as well. Everything is explained in clear, simple language to build your vocabulary, your confidence, and your ability to think in English. This is more than motivation. This is your mind gym and your English training ground. Your focus will sharpen, your life will shift, and your English will grow with it. So let's begin. Let's fix your focus. Protect your morning before the world attacks you. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? If your answer is checking your phone, scrolling Instagram, reading messages, or jumping into short videos, you've already lost the first battle of the day. Why? Because you are training your brain to react instead of create, to consume instead of think, to follow instead of lead. Your mind in the morning is like a sponge. Whatever you give it in the first moments of the day gets absorbed deeply. If you begin with chaos and distractions, you ruin your ability to focus for the rest of the day. The world wants your attention before you even brush your teeth. Every app, every algorithm, every platform is screaming for you to look at it. And if you don't protect your attention, you lose it. Not for a few minutes, but sometimes for the whole day. Imagine two different mornings. One person wakes up and touches the phone immediately. Within minutes, the mind is noisy, restless, overstimulated. The whole day becomes foggy and unproductive. Confidence drops. Another person wakes up, stays away from the phone, drinks water, sits in silence, reads or journals, moves the body, and chooses one clear goal for the day. By the time the world wakes up, this person already feels calm, sharp, and in control. 1 week of these two different mornings creates two different lives. Start your day with intention. No phone when you wake up. Instead, hydrate, breathe, move, think, and do one small task with full attention. At first, this will feel uncomfortable because your brain is addicted to stimulation. But each day you practice this, you repair your mind and rebuild your focus. Remove the attention killers. If your focus is a fire, your phone is the extinguisher. If your mind is a garden, distractions are weeds, and every day you water them without realizing it. You cannot fix your focus if you stay surrounded by noise, clutter, chaos, and constant interruptions. Many people say they are trying to stay focused, but they are trying to meditate beside a ringing phone, to study with 10 tabs open, to read while scrolling. It's like trying to get fit while eating junk food every few minutes. The truth is harsh. You cannot grow until you remove what is destroying you. Distractions are powerful not because they are loud, but because they are always there, small, silent, and constant. They steal your energy and clarity one notification at a time. Look around your life. The common attention killers are everywhere. Non-stop notifications, a loud environment, a messy desk, too many browser tabs, buzzing group chats, music with lyrics while studying, background TV, people talking around you, scrolling without thinking, multitasking, cheap dopamine tempting you all day. You don't notice the damage until your focus disappears. You wonder why you can't finish tasks, why you feel tired, why you start and stop constantly. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Picture two students preparing for the same exam. One sits in a storm of distractions, phones, noise, clutter, and studies for hours but absorbs almost nothing. The other clears the room, silences the phone, closes the door, and works with full presence. 90 minutes of deep focus beats hours of distracted effort. Your brain cannot multitask. Every tiny switch destroys productivity and drains energy. You feel exhausted not because you worked hard but because your mind kept switching again and again. Focus is not about what you add. It's about what you remove. When the noise disappears, your true power appears. For the next few days, eliminate the things that drain your attention. Turn off notifications. Put your phone in another room. Clear your workspace. Close unnecessary tabs. Use a timer. Work with full presence. And when your focus returns, you'll feel like a new person. Your mind will finally have space to breathe. Welcome everyone. Today's video is not just a lesson. It's a wake-up call. Because the truth is simple. You are not lazy, you are not untalented, and you are not broken. You're just distracted. Your focus has been stolen. Your brain has been hijacked by constant noise, endless notifications, cheap dopamine, and a world that makes money every time you look away from your goals. And the worst part is that you didn't even realize it was happening. That's why this message is different. This isn't about morning routines or motivational quotes. This is about saving your attention because your attention is your life. When you fix your focus, you rebuild your mind, reclaim your energy, restore your confidence, and rewrite your future. And as we go through this journey, you won't only sharpen your focus. You'll improve your English as well. Everything is explained in clear, simple language that helps you think in English and grow your vocabulary. This is more than motivation. It's your mental training ground and your language practice in one place. Let's begin. Let's fix your focus. Protect your morning before the world attacks you. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? If you immediately reach for your phone, scroll social media, check messages, or watch short videos, you've already lost the first battle of the day. Why? Because you're teaching your brain to react instead of create, to consume instead of think, to follow instead of lead. Your mind in the morning is like a sponge. Whatever you give it early in the day sinks in deeply. If you feed it chaos, noise, and other people's lives, you weaken your ability to focus for the rest of the day. The world wants your attention before you even brush your teeth. Apps, algorithms, and platforms are all shouting for you to look at them. And if you don't protect your attention, you lose it. Not for a few minutes, but sometimes for the entire day. Imagine 2 mornings. One person wakes up and checks the phone immediately. Within minutes, the mind becomes noisy and restless. The whole day turns foggy and unproductive, and self-confidence slowly disappears. Another person starts the day without touching the phone, drinks water, sits in silence, reads or journals, moves the body, and sets a clear intention. By the time the world wakes up, this person already feels calm, focused, and in control. A single week of these different habits creates 2 completely different people. Begin your mornings with intention. Keep your phone away. Instead, hydrate, breathe deeply, sit in silence or take a quiet walk. Write down what matters most, and do something small with full attention. It may feel uncomfortable at first because your brain is used to constant stimulation, but each day you do this, you rebuild your mind and strengthen your focus. Remove the attention killers. If your focus is a fire, your phone is the extinguisher. If your mind is a garden, distractions are the weeds. And without noticing, you water them every day. You cannot build strong focus while living in a noisy, chaotic, and cluttered environment. Many people say they want to concentrate, but they are trying to meditate beside a buzzing phone, study with countless tabs open, or read while scrolling. It's like trying to get fit while eating junk food every few minutes. The truth is clear. You cannot grow until you remove what is destroying your focus. Distractions are powerful not because they are loud, but because they are constant. They slowly drain your energy and clarity one notification at a time. Look at your surroundings. Common attention killers include non-stop notifications, loud, distracting environments, a messy desk, too many tabs open, buzzing group chats, music with lyrics while working, background TV, people talking around you, mindless scrolling, multitasking, cheap dopamine everywhere. You don't see the damage immediately, but over time your ability to focus fades. You struggle to finish tasks you constantly start and stop, and you feel tired even when you haven't done much. It isn't your fault, but it is your responsibility. Imagine two students studying for the same exam. One sits in a noisy room full of distractions. After hours of effort, the brain has absorbed almost nothing. The other clears the space, silences the phone, closes the door, keeps only one window open, and works with complete presence. A short session of deep focus becomes more productive than hours of distracted effort. Your brain cannot multitask. Every tiny switch destroys concentration and drains mental energy. You feel exhausted not because you worked hard, but because your mind kept switching again and again. Focus is not about adding more, it's about removing what doesn't belong. When the noise disappears, your true potential appears. Calm, powerful, capable, present. From now on, begin your work or study time by turning off notifications completely. Put your phone in another room. Clear your desk. Close anything unrelated to the task. Let people know you're not available. Use quiet headphones if needed. Focus on only one thing at a time. And when you need a break, take a mindful one. After experiencing this clarity, your brain will start craving it. You'll finally understand how much noise was controlling you and how powerful you become when you remove it. When your mind begins to wander, set a clear period of focused work. When that focus time ends, step away and let your brain breathe. Then return for another round of deep concentration. This is how you rebuild your attention. This is how you train your mind to go deeper than before. This is how you become sharp like a laser instead of scattered like a light bulb. You don't need longer days. You need richer moments inside your day. Train your mind like a muscle. Many people say things like, some people are naturally focused, or I can't do it, or my mind is too weak, or I get bored easily, or I'm not the type who can sit still. None of that is true. Focus is not a talent. Focus is a skill, and every skill can be developed. Your brain works exactly like your body. If you train it, it grows stronger. If you ignore it, it loses strength. Right now, your mind isn't weak. It's simply out of shape. Not because you're lazy, but because it's been fed a constant diet of shallow content, rapid switching, loud stimulation, fast pleasure, and almost no deep thinking. Your mind has become restless. But today, your mental training begins. Imagine walking into a gym for the first time and trying to lift something extremely heavy. You wouldn't succeed not because you're incapable, but because you haven't trained. The same is true for concentration. Trying to focus for long periods without practice is like trying to run a marathon without ever jogging before. So how do you train your mind? The same way you train your body. Start small, stay consistent, rest properly, and grow over time. Every day, give your brain 3 kinds of practice. Spend a quiet moment reading a physical book. Move through the words slowly. If your mind drifts, gently bring it back. This strengthens your ability to remain with a single idea. Spend another moment writing by hand. Put your thoughts on paper, your plans, your feelings, your reflections. Stay with the page and resist the urge to switch tasks. This builds clarity and emotional strength. Then spend a moment in active thinking. Sit with a question and let your mind explore it without music, screens, or interruption. Ask yourself what matters most, what you fear, what your dreams look like, or why certain habits keep pulling you away. This is deep mental exercise. Keep doing this each day. Gradually, your thinking becomes clearer. Your focus becomes stronger. Your entire inner world transforms. You begin to build a mind that stays steady even in a noisy world. People strengthen their bodies but ignore their minds. They build muscle but not discipline. They eat for health but not for clarity. They run for fitness but not for purpose. The most powerful person is rarely the loudest. It's the one who has trained their thoughts. And starting now, that person is you. Remove the people who drain your attention. Here's the difficult truth. You cannot fix your focus if your life is full of people who constantly break it. People don't only steal your time. They steal your attention, your clarity, and your emotional energy. And they often do it without realizing it. They talk over your silence. They interrupt your thinking. They pull you into drama. They question your goals. They laugh at your commitment. They don't believe in your transformation. You become like the people you spend time with. If your circle lives in distraction, you will struggle to live in focus. Even when you try to grow, they will pull you back because your discipline exposes their comfort. Focus is delicate. It takes time to build and moments to destroy. You sit down to work and someone bursts in with meaningless chatter. You open your notebook and a negative person starts complaining. You begin reading and someone drags you into an argument. Suddenly you're carrying their energy for the rest of the day, or even longer. This is called attention residue. You stop thinking your own thoughts and start emotionally reacting to someone else's. Think of the people you encounter regularly. One person talks about growth, purpose, ideas, and learning. Another talks only about gossip, noise, and distraction. Another complains endlessly and mocks discipline. The version of you that grows depends on whom you give your attention to. You don't need a huge circle of positive people. You simply need to stop feeding your energy to the wrong ones. Your environment doesn't just influence your mood, it shapes your future. So what do? You don't have to fight anyone. You don't have to cut anyone out completely. You just have to protect your mind from their chaos. Create space. Set boundaries. Be less available when you're focusing. Use silence as your shield. Let your actions speak instead of arguments. The strongest response to someone who mocks your seriousness is quiet success. Take a notebook and write 2 simple lists. Who brings clarity into your life? Who brings chaos? Spend more time with the first group and less with the second. You don't need to remove people, just lower the volume of the ones who drain you. Even the smallest reduction in negative energy creates an enormous improvement in your focus. You don't need more motivation. You need better protection. Guard your mental energy as if your entire life depends on it, because it truly does. Eat for your mind, not just your mouth. You fix your morning. You clear your space. You calm your dopamine. You begin reading and thinking. You start feeling lighter, more focused. Then suddenly, in the middle of the day, your energy drops. Your brain slows down. Your motivation fades. You feel foggy, scattered, tired, and you wonder, what's wrong with me? The answer is simple. Your brain needs fuel. Most people treat food as entertainment, but your mind needs nourishment the way your lungs need air. Imagine a high-performance engine running on the cheapest fuel. It can't win. It can't stay strong. It breaks down halfway. Focus is not just mental, it is physical. When your body feels heavy, inflamed, or slow, your mind cannot stay clear. Your brain may be a small part of your body, but it consumes an enormous amount of energy. And the quality of that energy determines your clarity, your focus, your memory, your creativity, and your ability to think deeply. Your brain consumes a huge portion of your body's energy, which means everything you eat shapes your ability to think. Some foods sharpen the mind: eggs for memory, walnuts like little brain-shaped power sources, blueberries filled with natural protectors, leafy greens that give clean energy, and water, because most people are dehydrated without realizing it. Dark chocolate lifts focus and mood when it isn't loaded with sugar. Green tea brings a calm, steady alertness. Fatty fish supports long attention and mental endurance. Then there are foods that destroy focus: sugary treats, energy drinks, refined breads, greasy meals, and heavily processed snacks. Anything that makes you sleepy after eating slows your mind long before it slows your body. Your problem isn't motivation. It's the way your blood sugar rises and crashes like a roller coaster. Picture 2 versions of yourself waking up on the same morning. One starts the day with refined sugar and quick carbs, eats heavy oily food at noon, and ends up tired and scrolling endlessly because the mind cannot stay awake. The other starts the day with real fuel, clean protein, healthy fats, fresh ingredients, and feels steady, clear, and productive throughout the day. The same hours, but 2 completely different minds. One moves forward. One falls behind. For the next stretch of days, begin your morning with water and a source of real nourishment. Avoid sugar. Avoid anything that comes in a shiny bag filled with additives. Choose whole foods. Drink water steadily throughout the day. Keep it near you so you never forget. Remove 1 processed item from each meal. Choose at least 1 brain-friendly food daily, like walnuts, eggs, greens, blueberries, or calming tea. Eat lightly before deep work so your mind stays bright. Heavy meals make you slow. Light meals make you sharp. Give your brain real fuel and it will reward you with clarity you haven't felt in a long time. You don't need stimulants. You need nourishment. Your body feeds your brain fuels your focus, and your focus shapes your life. Move your body. Motion awakens the mind. You might be reading, learning, setting goals, trying to build better habits. But if your body stays still, stiff, and tense, your mind will follow. You cannot fix your mind while ignoring the machine that carries it. Focus doesn't begin in the brain. It begins in movement. When your body is stagnant, your mind becomes sluggish. When you move, your blood flows, your brain lights up, your energy rises, and your attention comes back online. You don't need a complicated workout routine. You just need to move naturally, intentionally, consistently. Movement releases powerful chemicals inside the brain. Natural boosters that lift mood, support growth of new brain cells, create stability, and strengthen reward pathways that help you stay disciplined and focused. When you move, you literally repair your brain's ability to think clearly. This is why a simple walk can erase half your stress. Why brilliant thinkers took long strolls before major decisions. Why anxiety melts after a bit of sweating. Movement isn't optional. It's essential. There was a young man completely overwhelmed by life. No motivation, no clarity, no focus. Just endless scrolling and mental chaos. He tried reading books, writing notes, using apps, repeating quotes, nothing helped. One day he forced himself to walk. Not long, not fast, no music, no phone, just a simple walk. And something shifted. His thoughts slowed. His chest felt lighter. His mind softened. He walked again the next day, and the next. Within a few weeks, his focus returned, not because he found a trick, but because he moved. Sometimes the fastest way to fix the mind is to move the body. Make movement a daily ritual. A brief activation in the morning, a short reset in the middle of the day when your energy dips, and a gentle unwind in the evening. It doesn't matter what you do. Stretching, walking, shaking out your muscles, just move. Because stillness drains clarity, and motion restores it. You don't need more motivation. You need momentum. And momentum begins when your body leads and your mind follows. Simplify your life. Clarity is power. People don't fail because they're weak. They fail because they're overloaded. Too many open tabs in the mind. Too many apps. Too many opinions. Too many unfinished goals. Too much clutter. Too many decisions. Too much noise. Life has become an all-you-can-eat buffet of distractions, and you are mentally stuffed before the real work even begins. You don't need more. You need less. Focus isn't only about paying attention. It's about removing what doesn't deserve your attention. When your life becomes simpler, your energy deepens. Your mind clears. Your heart feels lighter. Only then can focus truly grow. Samurai warriors mastered extreme focus by mastering simplicity. One weapon, one intention, one movement, one breath. Their power came from removing the unnecessary. Modern life is the opposite. Multiple devices, endless conversations, countless desires, constant noise. We are drowning in options and starving for clarity. You cannot focus if your life is too complicated. Simplicity is freedom. Great creators and leaders often wear the same type of clothes daily. Not for fashion, but to save mental energy. One less decision means more power for creation. Athletes do this. Writers do this. Innovators do this. They simplify to amplify. Meanwhile, you are trying to grow while carrying a mind filled with clutter and a schedule bursting with obligations. You don't need more systems. You need fewer distractions. This week, simplify every area of your life. Your tasks, your space, your wardrobe, your schedule, your digital world. Every act of simplification gives your brain more room to breathe. When your life becomes lighter, your mind becomes brighter. Clarity isn't a luxury. It's a weapon. When you simplify, you sharpen. And when you sharpen, nothing can pull you off your path. Create a daily focus ritual. You've learned the strategies, made the changes, cleared the noise, protected your mornings, and built new habits. But there's one final obstacle: tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll wake up and instinctively reach for your phone. You'll get pulled into messages, notifications, demands, and distractions. And by the time you remember your focus plan, the day has already drifted away. That's the problem with depending on motivation. Motivation is emotional. It rises, falls, changes, and disappears. But rituals are mechanical. They don't rely on feelings. They don't depend on mood. They work even when you don't feel like working. Rituals don't care about your moods or your excuses. Rituals create consistency. Consistency shapes identity, and identity transforms your life. Think of any master, a world-class writer, an elite athlete, a monk, a visionary entrepreneur, a military leader. They all share one thing: ritual. Something they return to every single day, regardless of how they feel. This isn't routine. This is sacred. This is the anchor they cling to in a world that keeps trying to pull them off course. If you want to master your focus, you must build your own anchor. Imagine a warrior entering battle each morning. He doesn't wait for courage. He doesn't hope strength shows up. He doesn't guess what to do. He sharpens his blade, checks his armor, breathes deeply, says a quiet prayer, then steps forward. Not because he is fearless, but because his ritual has trained him to stand firm in front of the flames. You are that warrior. Your mind is the battlefield. Your focus is your sword. And your ritual is the armor that protects it. Without ritual, you walk into the world exposed. Without ritual, the noise around you tears your attention apart. Without ritual, your focus collapses whenever life becomes heavy. But with ritual, you become unshakable. A focus ritual is a small, repeatable system that brings your mind back to clarity, your body back to readiness, and your spirit back to purpose. It isn't random. It isn't optional. It doesn't depend on feeling inspired. It depends only on showing up. This is how legends are built. Each morning, before the day takes you, sit in silence. No phone, no notifications, no noise, just you. Ask yourself a series of powerful questions that sharpen your intention. What is the single outcome that truly matters today? What is pulling my attention away, and how can I remove it? If I were fully focused, what could I create? Who do I choose to become by the end of this day? These questions rewire your thinking. They align your goals with your identity. They teach your brain to prioritize the meaningful over the trivial. Then give your mind space to reset. Sit still. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly and deeply, allowing your thoughts to settle. This isn't meditation, it's preparation. It's the sharpening of your inner blade. It's you reminding yourself, I command my mind. My attention belongs to me. I choose my state. Begin your day with a period of uninterrupted deep work. One task, one intention, one stretch of pure focus. This single block of concentration can shift the direction of your entire day. When you begin with discipline, everything else follows. Momentum builds. Focus strengthens. The mind becomes trained like a muscle being sculpted into power. Commit to this ritual every morning. Let it rebuild your mind. Let it rewire your attention. Let it reshape your identity. And when you miss a day, which all humans do, don't collapse. Don't spiral. Return. Begin again. Rituals aren't races. They are rhythms. And rhythms always welcome you back. The world will not quiet itself for you. Your phone will not stop buzzing. People will not stop demanding. Noise will not disappear on its own. This is why you need a protected space. A sanctuary. A daily practice that brings you back to your center, grounds your energy, and reminds you of who you are becoming. This isn't productivity. This is spiritual. This is sacred. This is the path to becoming unstoppable. Listen closely. You were never broken. You were never lazy. You were never hopeless. You were simply overwhelmed, pulled in every direction by a world designed to distract you. A distracted mind is easy to manipulate, easy to sell to, easy to silence. But a focused mind? A focused mind is dangerous. A focused mind is liberated. A focused mind is powerful. A focused mind becomes a quiet revolution. When you reclaim your focus, you reclaim your life. You stop merely existing. You start truly living. You stop reacting. You begin creating. You stop being dragged by the world. You become a force that shapes it. If anything in these words stirred something inside you, don't let it fade. Don't let this be a moment. Turn it into a movement. Start now. Guard your mornings. Remove the noise. Cleanse your mind. Do one thing at a time with full intention. Train your brain. Move your body. Simplify your life. Nourish your energy. Build your ritual. And never hand your attention away for free again. This is your mind, your focus, your future, and it's time to claim it back.